This video is for CCEA, Unit M3, November 2021. So for question 1, it says Dylan needs to get part of his house painted. He has a budget of £200. He needs to buy 3 tins of paint, each costing £16.75 each. He employs a painter who is paid £12.30 per hour. How many full hours will the painter have to complete the work without going over Dylan's budget? So the first step is we multiply 3 times 16.75, which basically gives the total cost of the 3 tins of paint. We take that away from 200, which gives £149.75, which is what he has left of his budget. And then we take the £149.75 and we divide it by £12.30. This comes out as 12.17 hours. And because the question is asking how many full hours will the painter have to complete the work without going over Dylan's budget, we have to bring that down to 12 hours. So for question 2, it says Jessica fits guttering around buildings. She measures a length, width for rectangular sheds in meters. This is just a perimeter question from a rectangle. So you can see that T is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times W. 2 times the length plus 2 times W just get you the perimeter of, or the length of all the way around this rectangle. So the question, it says that she's measured a shed, which is the length is 6.1 meters and the width is W. So that one is missing, and we've got the total T, which was 19.9 meters, and work out the width of this shed. So first of all, I've started with the formula, and we just fill in the values that we already know. So we know the length is 6.1, so it's 2 times the length, so 2 times 6.1. We know what T is, so we just substitute 19.9 in there. We multiply out the 2 times 6.1, which is 12.2. The next step is we take away 12.2 from both sides, which then becomes 2W equals 19.9, take away 12.2. Tidy that up, just take away those two numbers, and we've got 7.7. Next step is basically W is equal to 7.7 divided by 2, which basically means we're dividing by 2 on both sides, and this is what we get next. 7.7 divided by 2 is 3.85. So the width is 3.85 meters. So for question 3, it's an angles question. So you have ABC is a right angle triangle. ACD is an isosceles triangle. So you can see that with the 2 lines here at the triangle there. That just means they're equal sides. BCD is a straight line. So across here, they're saying it's a straight line. Angle C, so we have to calculate the angle of ACB. So ACB is this one here. To work out that one, or we've got 26 there, but to work out 26 is you would add your 90 plus 64. So the right angle plus 64 is 154, and it's 180 take away 154. That is because all these angles inside a triangle should add up to 180. And when you take those 2 angles away, you would have 26. So the missing angle there is 26. Next one is angle ADC. So ADC, we have to work out this angle here. So to work out that angle, we do 180 take away 26 equals 154. Now this is because it's a straight line here. And a straight line, these 2 angles here would have added up to 180. So this was a missing angle here. We get this first, which is 154 for that one. Next we do 180 take away 154, which is 26. and that the triangle adds up to 180. We take away the 154 is 26, and because it's an isosceles triangle, we divide it by 2. We split that angle up equally, which means that both these angles would be 13, which means that angle D would be 13 also. So for question 4, it says guttering costs £4.30 per metre. Martin bought 11 metres of guttering and 7 metres of downpipe. He paid £66.55 in total. How much downpipe cost per metre? How much does downpipe cost per metre? So the first step is we do 11 times 430, which is your 11 metres of guttering times the cost per metre, which then becomes £47.30, which is the total cost of the guttering. Second part of it, you would do 66.55 take away 47.30, which then leaves you the total cost of the downpipe. Take this £19.25 and divide it by 7 to find out what the cost per metre is of the downpipe. So 19.25 divided by 7 is 2.75. So for this question, it's a multiplication, subtraction and a division. Those are the 3 different calculations you have to do. So for question 5, this is an elevations question. So on the grid below, draw the side elevation of the solid. It's as if you're standing to the side of this shape and you're looking towards this side here. What can you see? So you can see 3 at the bottom, 2 in the middle and 1 at the top. And this is how I've drawn it on this grid. Question B is, what is the smallest number of cubes you would need to add to the solid to make it into a cube? So we want to make it into a big cube. So we need to add 16 small cubes to make it 3 across and 3 up. So 16 small cubes would do that and make it into a big cube. So question 6, in a group of students, 6 study music, 15 study drama, 11 students study only drama, and 3 study neither subject. Complete the Venn diagram to show this information. Okay, so we have 11 students study only drama. We have it there. 15 students study drama. So if we look at the big circle here, that's drama. So in this circle, there should be 15. So we put 4 there for drama. 6 study music. In this circle here is the music, and it should add up to 6. So in here should be 2. And 3 study neither subject. So outside of those circles, there should be 3. So 7, a manager is preparing to draw a pie chart to display how 40 workers travel to work. The table below shows some of her information. So you can see all of these, number of workers should add up to 40. So it's a pie chart type of table. What you do with this 40 is you do 360 divided by 40, because it's a pie chart and pie chart angles around that one would be 360. So we find out that that is 9 degrees. What we do with this 9 degrees is we would multiply across by 9. And if we were moving back the way, it would be dividing by 9 instead. So 45 divided by 9 would be 5. 108 divided by 9 would be 12. 7 times 9, 63. 10 times 9 is 90. Now we know all of this adds up to 40. So we can add all of these up here. So 5, 12, 7 and 10, and that should equal 34. And 40 take away 34 is 6. So the question says, use your information table and to work out the angle which represents those who travel by bike. So to work that one out, you would just do 6 times 9, and that would be 54 degrees. So for question 8, the landing pad for a helicopter is a white circle of radius 8 meters. It is painted on a black rectangular plot, 28 meters by 22 meters. What area of the plot is not painted white? So if you see any diagrams with shaded bits and are looking for shaded areas, you get the area of the big thing and we get the area of the small thing and we take it away. So this one here is we get 28 times 22, which is the area of this rectangle. So that's the big shape we've got. So 616 meters squared. Next we get the area of the circle that's inside this rectangle, which is pi times 8 squared. So it's pi r squared, or pi times radius squared. So the radius is 8 meters. That should give you 201.06. To find the shaded area, it's the big shape take away this small shape. And that's what we have here. 616 take away 201.06 should give us 414.94 meters squared, which is the area of the shaded part of that diagram. Question 9 says, a tracksuit normally costs £75. In a sale, the price was reduced by 15%. Calculate the sale price of the tracksuit. So what we do is we get the 15% of that 75, which I've written 75 times 15 over 100, which is your 15%, and we get 11.25. So this is your 15%. And then we take this off from 75. So 75 take away £11.25, which is 63.75. So that is when it has been reduced. And so the new price would be in the sale is 63.75. For question B, the following week the shop displayed this sign. Final stock clearance, a further 20% off all sales. Sale prices should show that the tracksuit costs £51. So the next part is we take the sale price that's already there and we reduce it further by 20%. So first of all, we have to get 20% of that price, and we get £12.75. We take this £12.75 and we take it away from 63.75 because it is being reduced further, and that's equal to 51. So that kind of answers the question for that. It says show that the tracksuit now costs 51, and 51 is the answer we get. So Race says I'm getting 15% off, then 20% off. So I'm getting 35% off. So what he's saying is if he's got 15%, which we had up here, and 20%, you're basically getting 35% off that 75. And so you should get 51. So we'll look at it here, and it says the answer is no for that, is because if you do 35% overall of £75, you get 26.25, and if you take that away from 75, you get 48.75, not 51.